Alrighty guys, now that I've got your attention, thanks for staying tuned, and let's see what you think about this. So as you know, if you follow the channel, we just did an updated tour of the mothership. Then we got the roll cart and our rolling workstation, I guess. So this is going to be up first. DIY, very cheap. Costs like $54 at the Sam's Club, Home Depot, wherever you guys can source these from. But this is my general push around service cart. And if we're getting the bigger jobs, yes, we'll use the roll cart there. So I guess we're going to call this a service cart, not the roll cart. And we've already done the mothership. So here it is, guys. I believe this is 34 inches wide or long by 20 inches wide, 24 inches wide, something like that. All stainless steel, really nice. Your magnetic tools stick right to it, no matter what or where or how. As you see up top here, we got really nice snap-on folding tray, whatever it. Fold the corners in, which, as you see, I typically have them top two folded out just for tossing things on there. A couple miscellaneous trays. We just got done with doing some parting on the Volkswagen, so here we got some interior screws and body panel screws, or interior-ish body panel screws. One's in behind the doors and whatnot and under the hood. And then under fender bolts, etc. Just some odds and ends that were on the car that weren't OE, obviously. Random things. Just another one just to kind of keep things sorted till we're done. Usually they'll go right down in there though with the rest of the nuts and bolts. But yeah. Organization, magnetic trays, assortment, whatever. Doyle from Harbor Freight. This is almost like a paring knife, except this thing is a razor. And with the hook at the end there, it works perfect for, when we get done parting cars out and you got to splice some wiring harnesses. It's like butter. Speaking of butter, looks like the mother's got some bread and butter and sweets. She must have dropped them off when we weren't home. So that's from the home garden, or one of the home farm gardens, etc. One of the gloves that was on my hand is holding the phone, and the other one's on the other hand. A crash sensor, a random wire we're going to turn into part of a test lead grounding wire. Really fancy. That can go over here to go in the electric drawer. One of our everyday grab and go lights. Usually we have that little guy out here, but that one's out as we were doing some diff servicing on this and checking fluids. Snap-on magnetic rail. We got our 1/4 inch super long extension, Lyle striking pocket pry bar. One of the many random miscellaneous snap-on ones. I just keep this straight out here since the Lyle striking is angled. Keep a couple more in there, and there's a couple in the mothership, of course. This is, I believe it's Die Hard. Just something from the parts store we grabbed. Yeah, a Die Hard 1/4 inch, like flexi extension. Great for getting under intake boots, etc. Doing hose clamps. Kind of backwards here, as I'm usually on this side of the cart. You never know when that cheap, random, miscellaneous master hand 10mm is going to come in use just for them. Actually, things like that right there with 10mm nuts on top holding them down. Just when you're, starters, things like that. Just when you only need a little 1/4 turn when you get everything on by finger and you're in a tight area. A midget wrench is perfect for it, especially on European cars. Hide it down in there. Hide it between your fingers. Sneak down in wherever you need to go. And you can use it. Give it that 1/4 turn, whatever. Really handy. This always sits out here. It's just a, I believe, 4 with your 4.5 and 5.5. So no skips all the way to 15. Case them in 1/4 inch impact sockets. I run them on my 1/4 inch hex impact. They work great. Just so I know where I'm at here. The 8 and the 10 are always upside down. And from there I can work left or right. Random test fuses, I know, or test relays. I know this one looks burnt, but it's not. Actually, it was sitting on something, I forget what it was, and it made a mark. We've had this for a long time. This is actually one of our very first garage magnetic shop lights. OEM tools. We had crushed it under the car and kind of put it back together and lost one of the magnets. See if we can get your part number. Part number 25997. But yeah, there it is. Hold for strobe or SOS. Oh, we don't need that. I knew it had 3 light settings, but I didn't know it had that. I never really looked at the end. This is the end I looked at. Green, charging. Red, or green is charged. And red is charging. 8800 mega amp battery. Really nice. It holds a charge for an entire day if you're using it non-stop. Nuts and bolts, etc. I leave the top as open as possible, despite the few things that get left up here, etc. Just for throwing power tools on, things like that. Drop down here. The oil bung drum wrench, or bung drum wrench, usually isn't there, and neither is that. Usually out for cutting these, wiring harnesses, etc., holding things up, blah blah blah. Really cheap, good to use. Go through these often. Foam ear plugs just for capping off things. Squeeze it, put it in a hole, and let it expand. It caps about anything off. Then we got, of course, your regular... Oh, man, I'm having a brain fart. Excuse me. Yeah, electrical tape just for random things you've seen. Cleaning up just every miscellaneous thing. Ground connectors, ground screws, ground leads, whatever. This is brass, so it doesn't really mar or leave marks on stuff. Great for cleaning up battery terminal posts as well, things like that. I think this is OEM tools. Yeah, I believe this was OEM tools. One of my very first, my very first soft face dead blow hammer set. It is lead shot filled. Dead blow unicast, 1/2 pound. That was the smallest, and I think there's a pound and a pound and a half. They're in there in the hammer drawer. And the Icon's 24 ounce. So this is like 1.5 pounds too, I guess. So we got a 1/2 pound, 1.5 pounds, something like that. Really solid hammers. I mean, been holding up well. It takes abuse, as you see. I've had this one for the better part of a year now. I also have the extra large one as well. I think there's 2 sizes in between. We will acquire them sooner or later. But yeah, this is where I'll also throw bigger power tools, usually the 1/2 inch and 3/8 impacts, and hammers, pry bars, etc. That's the second shelf. Down at the bottom, you will find all the things that I use, but they're just down here to stay out of the way. Sure Shot can from Harbor Freight. Everybody loves that stuff. Everybody loves this stuff. Mainly because they get it all over them. Cleaning things up. This is always down here with the clean face down onto the tools. One of the clean faces. Dirty face up. That is just the big old snap-on. It is not a fender cover. I've got a couple comments on that before. But it is a 54-inch wide by 33-inch deep. Big foam-filled mat for laying on the ground. Creeper mat, I think it's called, something like that. Just so happens that it is darn near the same size as my 54-inch Master Series XL toolbox, or 55-inch Master Series XL, whatever this is called. 30 inches deep, or 31 with the top, 32, I forget what it is, with the big lip here in the front. So if that's ever cleaned off, which it's been once or twice in the time it's been here, that sits on there perfectly and almost makes for like a really nice soft worktop. It's kind of cool. If I had another one, I would throw this one or a new one up there and keep it like that. But also because once that's cleaned up, you see the roof lights there, man, does that really affect the eyes sometimes. Needless to say, it gets the old 1, 2, 3, and we'll flip it over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Clean side down, dirty side up. Just some miscellaneous things that aren't grabbed often, but if we need to run, we can grab them and go. Power built 90 tooth. Oh, where is it? Xeon sockets. There is your set. I do not believe we have a set or part number, but it gives you everything in 1/4-inch drive from 3/16 all the way up to 3/8. 3/8 drive from 7/16 all the way up to 3/4. And if you don't know what the Xeon sockets are, they're like the Mac Tools Precision Torque with them teeth in there. They really, really work. I like these sockets. And then the knurling on them, right where your fingers are needing to be. Boy, isn't that handy. Boy, isn't that handy. There we go. Oh no, it was upside down. Power built Xeon. And then again, 1/4-inch from 5mm all the way up to 13. 3/8 from 14 to 19. 3/8 a 1/4-inch adapter, a 3-inch 3/8 extension, and a 6-inch 3/8 extension, or a 1/4-inch extension. And then a really buttery smooth 90 tooth ratchet. And I don't use it often just because that weird like bubble in the handle there. It just feels weird. I have arthritis, so soft grip is my best friend. As you hear the case, it kind of it retains your stuff for you pretty well. Yeah, that's just down there on the bottom, just to grab and go. Whether it's in a car outside for tearing things apart, under the hood or interior, or if we're strictly interior, we always have this set down here. This is like a little gear wrench master set, and I have a few bits out of it, or a few adapters out of it. One of them is a long extension, a long flexible extension. And then I think that was all I've taken out of here so far. I do have a couple different assorted types of these kits, which if you watch the Homebox tour or the Mothership tour, you'll see I have 2 other ones that were gotten for specific little needs, like the midget ratcheting handle, and then different 1/4-on-1/4 extensions. But here you got a little 5/32 all the way to 1/2 inch, and a 4mm all the way to 13. Those are your standard sets, so no, there's really misses your 4.5 and 5.5, but it looks like it's a pretty complete standard set there for you. Little like 6-inch 1/4-inch drive is these handles take a 1/4-inch drive to a 1/4-inch bit adapter, which is magnetic, and then just an extension that is 1/4-inch, a 6-inch 1/4-inch to 1/4-inch, so that would pop down in here, or no, this would pop down in one of these, and then there's another thing you can put on top of it to extend your bit adapter, or you can toss a socket right on them. All your standard bits that everybody's going to use for everything, your Phillips and flatheads for your house and typical whatnot, your Torx and your little metric and standard Allens for your vehicles, and your super long extension and the flexible one will come in there as well. Both are ratcheting. T-handle is really nice. I will drop a Amazon link for this below. And I will also drop an Amazon link for the Power Built, Power Torque, whatever it is, Xeon socket set. Go ahead and spin it around here and add my grab and go kit for interior work. There it is if anybody's interested. Cowhawk 11-piece trim removal toolkit. And it has seen its better days. It does get used and abused a lot, as we do a lot of European work. But really weird way this case is kind of set up, I guess. I don't know, it's different. So I usually have it folded out like that, and then I'll just fold it over like that, and then Velcro holds it shut. Kind of weird, but whatever. Could be a different design. Gloves. Everybody needs gloves. Good textury ones or extra larges, so you get a little wiggle room. Random pliers the wife found along the road that she had to stop and pick up and give to me. Just so funny that they say Road Pro. Kind of like a flat washer, crush washer assortment set. We do use them often. We don't use these very often, but there's different things in here that we will grab and go through. As you see, some missing towards the center for various objectives and jobs. This is just for getting your crush washers out, and you got oily hands. As you see, things get very oily. And then back here was your metric O-ring set. And your standard, which we don't get in a lot. But everybody knows it's good to have both sets, because sometimes you don't have the right metric that you need, but you can find a standard that's wide enough or tall enough, etc. Yeah. So we'll drop a couple links to them things down below. By the way, guys, these are the fancy, like, I've had people ask about these before. See if I can do this one-handed. Forgive me. Forgive me if I can't. Yeah. Mag dish. There's your part number. Mag dish. Yep. Anywho, now they're all yeah, collapsible and whatnot. They just fold right on down like that. It's a really neat concept. Here nor there. Down, hanging on the edge of the cart. Everybody loves these. Flexible caliper hangers, and then some homemade ones there. Or grab and go flexible snap-on light, which this is really nice. ECSPJ002. There's your part number. It's got like a little base there in the bottom, so it can stand up. You can kind of move it wherever you need to. For now, it hangs there like that, as well as every mechanic's dream tool. A pickup tool. The boy likes to play with them things because they hang there. So my light, as you see, it is broke. But yeah, we're getting a warranty in for that. No big deal. Anywho, right there it is. Just at 20 minutes, guys. I hope it wasn't too much for you. If you're still here, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. And until then, y'all stay tuned for the roll cart tour. Autotech Matt out.